I've recently made an eBay purchase, namely this manual bead breaker, and I've got this tyre to remove and I want to put it through its paces. So here's the spec: loosens tyre bead from rim with leverage, excellent for working on tyre without removing the wheel from tractor. So this alloy's not going to win any beauty competitions, but I do need to remove the tyre from it. Place the tool there. Now that is actually quite tough steel, that, so I am wondering if it's going to mark the alloy. Well, I'll flip the tyre because I don't think it was going to work that way. So we're meant to tighten this bit up here somehow without damaging this alloy, which I think is going to be a tall order. So what I'm thinking about doing is just putting a little bit of old car mat in there, just to make sure that that doesn't happen. And there we go, that's a couple of thicknesses of old car mat. Now we're meant to tighten that up, and then obviously that, which when we rotate just pushes that arm down and breaks the bead. So what you're going to need, this is a 30mm socket, so it's quite a big tackle, and that fits both bolts there. So I'll just put a little bit of tension on that. I can see it's moving that closer to the bead with every little click. I think that would have done a really good job of marking this alloy had I not put that mat in, as that's just a thick steel arm. It feels nice and tight there. So now we can turn the business end and see if it removes this bead. You can use tools on this, but not impact. Yeah, it seems to be going quite well, this eBay purchase of mine. I bought it out of my own money, so I can say what I want about it. But it is working so far. You can see we made quite a bit of headway there with the tyre, and there's quite a bit further to go, so we'll continue. Yeah, so it seems it would have been better off in there, wouldn't it? It seems a bit far out. I think the whole thing's going to just jump off. I'm going to keep turning it just to find out. See if it can break this bead. And that's at full stretch, but the good news is we can actually, I think we can safely back this off and go in for another bite. And it's definitely broke the bead. So we've backed it off, and you can see now that's what we're left with. We can get it really in and really push it down if we wanted. I think what I'll do, I'll just move it to one side and break the bead a bit further round. So now we've made a start. We've got the tool nice and level, which I believe is the correct operation. You can see I've doubled up the car mat thickness, as we made a little mark on the alloy just there. So that's good news. Yeah, it seems to be going a little bit crooked again, but yeah, the bead has broke there. I didn't actually remove the valve, which would have helped, but this tyre did have a puncture, and there were no real air in it to speak of. Well, that is definitely the bead broke on the rear of the tyre, so can I do it on the front? So I've noticed something. As I tighten this up, the position of the breaker kind of goes that way. We want it as close to the rim as possible. Now there is quite a bit of paint damage on the bead breaker. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take my rubber hammer and just keep hitting it in, just to get it as close to the alloy wheel as possible, and that's nice and firm. So we'll just have to go with that. And I don't really want to damage these alloys, but if needs must, that will happen. So as we're tightening it up, the whole thing just slewed to one side. You can see there we've lost quite a bit of paint there, so that's obviously the alloy. So I think again we need another bite at this, and we'll probably suss it. I think what happens is I'm tightening it clockwise. It's having the effect of pulling the tool away from the alloy. So again we're going a little bit skew with that arm there. Should be closer to the centre of the tyre, but we are managing it, and I think I put some tyre weld in this tyre on memory when I was using it. So we have broke the bead, and unfortunately I think I could have avoided this, but I have marked the alloy wheel there. I think I could have avoided it by using some much thicker rubber to cushion the tool, as it's bit right through. So that is the bead well and truly broken on both sides of an alloy wheel. Many thanks for watching, and why not subscribe to learn of more low cost repair solutions.